Hello, my name is Marcus Washington, and today I'm going to talk a little about how the online ad industry works. The easiest way I can explain this is by breaking it down into categories: the sellers and the buyers. On one side, you have the sellers, which consist of publishers and ad networks. And on the other side, you have buyers, which consist of the agency and the advertiser. This is the easiest way that I can break down the online ad industry. First off, we're going to start off with the buyers. Remember, we said the buyers consist of the advertisers and the agency. But first up, we're going to talk about the advertiser. The advertiser is the one who is seeking to have his or her ad placed on an ad network or a publisher's website. Generally, an advertiser is seeking to generate clicks to ultimately generate quick sales. Also, the advertiser handles his or her own negotiating. Next up, we're going to talk about the agency. The agency works on behalf of the advertiser. The advertiser pays the agency to design ads and also negotiate ad space for the advertiser. The agency basically puts the advertiser on autopilot. Now that we've talked about the agency, let us talk about the sellers. First up is the publisher when we're talking about the sellers. The publisher is the owner of the website that is selling ad space. The publisher is the one making all of the specifications for ad space to be sold on their website. Generally, publishers, unless it's a large company, have a hard time scaling ad space, which would also bring us to our last role, which is the ad network. The ad network acts as a middleman to help the publisher scale his or her ad space. The ad network will buy ad space for the publisher at a cheap rate and in turn sell the ad space at a premium price to make a profit. It's a win-win situation because the publisher now have the opportunity to sell their ad space to a much broader audience, all because of the ad network. Well, that's all I'm going to talk about for today. Just to kind of go back and recap, we talked about the easiest way to break down the online ad industry, and we broke it down into two categories: the sellers and the buyers. And then from the seller standpoint, we spoke upon the publishers and the ad networks, and from the buyer standpoint, we spoke upon the advertisers and the agency. I hope that you got a lot from this, and I hope that you learned, and I will talk to you later, and I thank you for listening. Good night.